So today, so fortunately, we do have a presence of Dr. H.R. Nagendra, who is so renowned and famous in yoga. He was a scientist in NASA. He got a Padma Shri in 2016, and he is the International Yoga Day chairman, Syasa Yoga University chairman, Task Force Ayush Mantralaya chairman, several publications on yoga, and books written on yoga. So we are so honored and privileged that you are here with us and sharing your experience, which you've been famous, and you are a legend in yoga actually, sir. So please tell us about your experience being here in the Brahma Kumaris, sir.
Thank you very much. It has been such a great honor and delight to be here in this beautiful campus, that you have been doing such wonderful work and made so much of contribution to the people around, in the villages, in the surrounding areas and all that. And particularly, it is well known that how the reversal of the heart disease can take place using the lifestyle change modalities that the Rajyoga Meditation offers. And I was so fortunate that I met Dadi Janaki ji. I first met her in Kanyakumari when she visited in 1976. Again, yesterday I had the opportunity to sit with her and take her blessings for the big program that is coming up in the country, diabetes control program.
I got to know a lot of things about you, so this is wonderful that you experienced such a in an honor way, in a so humble way. We are so glad to hear all these things, sir. So I would like to know about your concept about the yoga, how it came to your mind and how you begin with that, and what kind of benefits people are getting out of it, because you've been well known and renowned for this yoga, for not even in India, not even national, but in fact internationally you are so famous and you have been so renowned and people are getting the benefits out of it. So please share the experience, sir.
Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, in one single talk explaining yoga, brought yoga to the entire world spectrum. You remember that day when he gave the talk. Immediately after that, there were 177 countries who endorsed and supported to have June 21st as the International Day of Yoga. In this speech, he made it very clear that yoga is not just physical exercises, but it's a way of life.
It's a way
of
of
the
life.
science of holistic living.
Beautiful, sir.
So it contains maybe samasthana, sarpranaya, mudra, spandas, kriya, meditation, the most important.
Yes, sir.
And that is the whole essence of that. According to Patanjali, yoga is to gain mastery over the mind. Yogaha chitta vritti nirodha, he said.
Right.
In that mastery over the mind, there are two aspects. One is to speed up the mind, faster mind, quicker mind, sharper mind, brilliant mind, dynamic mind, faster, faster, faster.
Right, sir. Most
Another
of the people
thing
actually
is to calm down the mind, silence the mind, pacify the mind, peace and silence and calming. These are the two wings of mastery. Unfortunately, in our entire education system, we have developed only the first one to make our children very sharp, intelligent, brilliant and so on. And unfortunately, the second dimension has been so much neglected. As a result, there is a big imbalance that has taken place, which is the root cause for all the challenges that we face today in the modern era of science and technology. Therefore, Rajyoga meditation and the real dhyana techniques really emphasize this aspect of calming up the mind. The peace, calmness has to be inculcated in our children. And they are doing so wonderfully well. In Brahmakumaris, all over the world they are spreading. And it's such a delight to see that thousands and lakhs of people are coming forward with a meditation technique. And it is the real panacea for bringing about the dimension. When the mind gets into the stage of mastery, then the mind will become calm, silent, healthy mind, and that will bring the healthy body as well.
This is the whole concept of Brahma Kumaris, and you well said it, sir. The entire generation, if you see around, they are just running and chasing for something. They just want to achieve their targets as soon as possible. So actually you said the right thing, which is something new expression for me as well. I think for the audience also, that actually we have a two kind of mind. One is just going so faster, rather it's supposed to go more calmer and relaxed so that you can achieve your targets in a calm manner, in a peaceful manner. So in that way, actually people are losing their own peace and happiness. So the way you are explaining, sir, this is beautiful. So I would like to know, sir, basically how you can differentiate between the two.
Fortunately, after our Prime Minister announced this June 21st as the International Day of Yoga, he said that it should not just be a one-day program. It should go into the life of people.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, you plan out with the help of all the yoga institutions in the country and the government set up and see that it comes into the education system.
Right, sir.
Unless we bring yoga into the education system,
Absolutely, sir.
it will not bring about the necessary transformation.
Right, right.
And we all work through the education system. The NCT, National Council of Teacher Educators, in our country trains 13.5 lakh teacher educators every year.
Okay.
And we brought yoga and made it compulsory. There was a lot of resistance.
Okay.
People went to the legalities,
Right.
and the Supreme Court ruled, yes,
Right.
it has to be compulsory.
Oh my
It was a
God.
great thing that happened.
That's
Therefore,
beautiful.
we brought the 2 yoga books, the first level and second level. Then NCRT is the one that brings yoga into the primary and middle and secondary education.
Right.
And there we worked through that, bring yoga dimensions. The national committee was formed and we all sat together and then brought out these books. Then has to be brought into the higher education. University Grant Commission, which is the premier institution for bringing yoga into the higher education. We formed a national committee. I was made as the chair. And we all sat for many, many meetings and brought out a beautiful report in which how yoga can be brought into the higher education system for the master's level, bachelor's level, and the doctoral level, and all these things. And we made the syllabus, courses, everything.
Right.
Now we are writing up the textbooks, how we have to bring about that. And recently, the UGC have now announced that NET examination for the yoga. That's a big breakthrough that's happened. All due to our Prime Minister, because one stroke, he brought yoga into such a wonderful thing, and it's a great boon to the whole country.
It is.
And a new direction to the whole world at large.
Absolutely. I think it's a kind of new dimension to the entire world, which is very required for this particular movement, because everybody, if you see, people are suffering, people are having problems, they're shattered in their own life. Wherever they're heading for, they are feeling rejection, they're feeling disheartened in terms of relations or profession, anywhere. So I think the way you are coming up with the education along with that, I think it's a very, very important and prominent point which you've taken actually.
Similarly, on one side, science has grown so much.
Yes, sir.
Technology has gone to heights quite rocketing.
It develops so much,
And
sir.
so much of development, so much of witness, so much things have come. On the other side, suffering has increased more and more.
True,
Health
sir.
problems, challenges, all have started increasing
Right.
to such a great level.
Right.
Modern MCDs have
Right.
posed the biggest challenge. I
Absolutely.
remember in the last century, there was such big success of the modern medical world, and the WHO announced health for all by 2000.
True, sir.
But as we reach the end of the last century, we had a new challenge, and that is the psychosomatic ailments: asthma, diabetes, hypertension, heart problem, epilepsy, migraine, irritable bowel syndrome, cancer. And they pose such a big challenge, we have no solution. And now they are called as NCDs, non-communicable diseases.
Right.
And it has come to pass that the modern medical world cannot solve this problem. And once a diabetic, ever a diabetic. Once you have hypertension, it's for life. Once you have cancer, your days are numbered, have come to pass. Modern medical system, which is rooted in modern science,
Right.
deals with man only at his body level.
Right.
It takes care of all aspects of the body, trying to find the cause of the disease in the body. Maybe at the brain level, maybe at the molecular level, at gene level, all these things. And never takes into consideration the higher dimension,
Right,
like the prana, the mind, emotions, intellect, consciousness, all that.
Right.
So unless we take man in his totality, we have no solution.
So
This is
correct,
where
sir.
yoga comes into picture and says that yes, man is not merely the physical body. He has got another 4 more layers called as the pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, anandamaya kosha. And all these koshas are not seen, they are subtle in the causal dimension. Fortunately today, now we have got equipment to catch the pranamaya kosha in a technique called GDV, gas discharge visualizer. You can take a photograph and see how your pranamaya kosha is in imbalance. Because of the imbalance of the mind, there's an imbalance in the prana, in the dimension. You can see which organ has imbalance. Quantitatively we can measure. Tailor-making special techniques of the pranayama and the pranic balance, we have to bring about the whole balance. Similarly at the mind level, we can use techniques of meditation, see that brings about the balance and brings about the healthy mind. And similarly, emotions have to be dealt with and have to deal with the knowledge base. All these things can be done, and this is what we do in the integrated approach of yoga therapy. In our university, in our campus called Prashanti Kutiram, a 100-acre campus, we got a 350 beds facility in which all these things had been made applicable. And over the last 40 years, we had a lot of research, published nearly 500 research papers to show the evidence base. And gradually we have started bringing, apart from yoga therapy, bring Ayurveda, naturopathy, physiotherapy, acupuncture, all that. When people come with different ailments, They must get the best of every system.
Mm-hmm.
So now we are heading for a new healthcare delivery system, which is very, very effective, number one. Number two, it has least secondary effects. Number third, it should be having the evidence base. And the fourth, long-term rehabilitation should be possible.
Mm-hmm.
And the most effective is the economic dimension. Cost effectiveness is most necessary. So now we had a beautiful conference in the beginning of this year on January 3rd, where our Prime Minister came to our campus. 15,000 people came, and we had the best of the top experts in the fields of diabetes, obesity, mental health. These people came, and we all endorsed, yes, we have to have a holistic system of healing. So now we are setting up a holistic healing center.
Okay.
Therefore, I was suggesting to our global health center here, we should make it holistic.
Right, sir.
Not just allopathic system, we have to bring the dimensions of yoga, then naturopathy and all these things we bring. It is going to be a new dimension.
Right, sir.
Unfortunately, the government has come forward. All India Institute of Medical Sciences, we set up an integrative center, and they gave a good place, about 4,000 square foot area. We have set up the integrative center in the All India Institute of Medical Sciences.
That's beautiful, sir.
In NIMANS, it deals with the mental health. There is an advanced center for yoga that has been set up for the last 5 years, and now a lot of research has started there, and wonderful results have started coming. Whether depression, whether schizophrenia, whether other mental ailments, yoga can contribute a lot. And this is the big opportunity that the Brahmakumaris also have, to see that this aspect of meditation should be rooted into our health system, and see that it becomes holistic.
Oh, that's beautiful, sir. I mean, the way you explain, I mean, I can really understand how important it is and how it can go through the meditation and along with the yoga, I guess. So maximum benefit people can avail with that. As you said, sir, today's time people are actually living in a stress and anxiety and kind of a pressure. So in that way, they are getting more body conscious. So actually, they lost the essence of their own soul. So as you explained, sir, all the problem and disease we are getting, all because of this body conscious. So as you explained, sir, this is beautiful. It can be the good combination if you understand the yoga and the meditation of Brahma Kumaris. I think we can have the maximum benefit out of it. It can be maximum use of it. So I'm hoping, sir, I mean, we should start something as soon as possible so that people can have the benefit out of it, sir.
This year, when we had the second International Day of Yoga, our Prime Minister gave a new direction. Yes. Now, as far as diabetes is concerned, diabetes is increasing in India.
Yes, sir.
China is here and we are here. And we are racing to become number one in the world, going beyond China.
Right, sir.
So can we prevent that?
Yes,
has been the challenge.
Right time, if we can prevent, we can.
All yoga institutions should join hands with the government to see that we mitigate the diabetes and bring diabetes control in the country. And this is the thing that we have taken up. A national committee has been formed by the Ministry of Ayush, and I have been made the chairman for that. And now we have all the experts of diabetes, and we brought all the yoga institutions, and we had the Brahma Kumaris also included in these things. And we had Asha Ben from Delhi. She is there at dawn. Now we are taking up Dr. Bini also for this committee, and see that we develop a protocol. Already we developed a 1 hour protocol for this. Just like International Day of Yoga, we had 35 minutes protocol. Bring the holistic dimension of yoga. We have the integrated approach of yoga into this entire dealing with diabetes, and that has been done. Our Prime Minister launched this program on October 2nd on the Gandhi Jayanti Day in Delhi. And now we are going ahead to start off the whole thing from November 14th with the World Diabetic Day. And we go on collecting the data systematically and follow them up for 3 months. So by May, we should have all the data on thousands and thousands of people all over the country, and then show to the world, yes, even the HbA1 level can be brought down by this thing, and it will be a real breakthrough in the field of health and a new direction to the world at large. All the medical world will accept only when you have enough data.
Right, sir.
And you need large amount of data. So in that I was discussing our people here that we should add your strength here. A lot of village work has been going on here. Make a complete screening of all the villages. Find out how many diabetics are there, how many pre-diabetics are there.
Right.
And we must not allow pre-diabetics to become diabetic. Then the growing curve will become horizontal. This is called primary prevention.
Right, sir.
And the mild should become normal. Then it will start coming down. That is the goal, you know.
Right, sir.
So now we make a complete survey of this thing, find out how many pre-diabetics are there, how many diabetics are there, give them the yoga practices, including meditation and other things, and the 1 hour protocol. We bring them and then see what happened to that and show the result. For example, in our university in Bangalore, Prashanti Kutin, surrounding about 100 villages we have chosen. All our students will go have a complete survey of the whole thing using the modern IT modalities of app and other things, and then see that they give the yoga practice and see how the things change. So similarly, all over the country, we have to have camps, 9 days duration, every day about 2.5 hours, and we want to have about 4 camps in every district. 600 districts in the country, 600 into 4, 2,400 camps. Every camp, 20 to 30 diabetics and pre-diabetics should come.
Wow.
And we have about 25 to 30,000 people, pre-diabetics, and 25 to 30,000 diabetics. So to make about 50,000 people.
Right.
And we show how the things change. And if we do that, then the modern community are bound to accept the things, and it's going to be a real big breakthrough.
It's going to be a revolution, sir, I guess. I mean, if the people can understand this kind of change is going to be happen. So they must be, I mean, taking all the things very seriously. But sir, I just got to know recently that your idea is to acknowledge more association and more organization which is already existing there. You want to that everybody, all the organizations should work together, something like that?
Absolutely correct. Yeah. For that, we have formed the Indian Yoga Association. All the 18 Yoga Paramparas people have been put there, including our Brahmakumaris also have been taken.
Right.
We got Sri Ravi Shankar's AOL, we got Swami Ramdev's group, we got Jaggi Vasudev's group, and all the different people have come together to form this. About 6 years back we formed that. And this entire project will be rooted through the IYA, and we form the state committees, have a good organization.
Right.
And Brahmakumaris are so excellent in this entire dimension of organization.
Yes, sir.
And throughout the country, we make use of this thing. Similarly, AOL, she also has got a good organization throughout the country, and we want to take it directly to the all thing. And NCRT also coming forward to take it down to the taluka level or even village level through the school level.
Okay.
So like that, the government and the NGOs will start joining hands to make it a reality. That's the main dimension.
So sir, end of the day, actually, I just want to know this thing that the way you explain about the entire yoga and the meditation all about, I want to know the more precise way that what this diabetic is all about, why people are suffering from this diabetic more and more actually, and why we are reaching towards the ratio of China actually, and we have, as you said, that we are going to cross that ratio. It's going to be very dangerous for present scenario of India. So what you suggest, sir, what we can do and how we can deliberately do something on that, sir?
See, as Indians, we are prone to become diabetic because genetically we are predisposed for that, just like the Chinese are here and the Malaysians like this, you know. But in our ancient times, our lifestyle used to be so good. We used to have the normal food, not this high cholesterol food and other things. And then we used to have a lot of exercise, and we used to have a lot of understanding of the deeper dimension. So lifestyle used to be different. Today what has happened, we are in a big rigmarole, as you rightly said, of the stresses. And morning till night we run and run and run. Many times you don't know why we are running, where we are heading
for, we don't know even.
We don't know. Like this happened. And the food habits have become so bad. All types of food which are believable. And our entire night cycle also has changed. People sleep at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
There is no timing, there's no discipline.
At 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. The entire biorhythm of the things have also gone haywire.
Right.
As a result, that's a big stress that is set up in the entire body because of that.
Right.
And the other thing what I told, the mind level.
Right.
So you don't know how to calm down the mind. The big imbalance at the mind level percolates to the system and causes a big imbalance.
Right.
This set of stressors will start hitting the immune system. So stresses are known to be immunosuppressant factors. So immune system gets suppressed and it gets confused. The immune system has got a very interesting quality. So when lot of germs and other things come from outside, it finds out whether it is an enemy or a friend. If it is an enemy, it will destroy. If it is a friend, it will promote. This is a good thing. Just like in any army, we must know that.
Who is a friend? So it works automatically?
Automatically it works. There are sensors for that thing. But now when you load it with stress, it gets confused.
Actually.
It thinks that this insulin, which is such a good friend, is an enemy. So what happens is when you take food, the sugar level goes up in the blood. So naturally the sensor they send to the beta cells of the pancreas, now you send insulin to bring down the sugar level. Immediately the beta cells of the pancreas produce insulin and start sending. When the insulin is coming towards the bloodstream, the immune system looks, oh, you fellow, you know, you're such an enemy, you want to come and spread all over the body, I will not allow. It creates an autoimmune barrier. Doesn't allow the insulin to come there. From there again the sensors go, hey, what happened? 5 seconds back I asked you to send insulin, you have not sent. Come on, send. Again the beta cells will produce, it will send. And the autoimmune barrier.
I can understand. He's not following the instruction.
Falling into this thing.
I understand, right,
So
sir.
what all we do in the modern medical world is to deal. So when insulin is not coming there, we'll say, okay, you take anti-diabetic things, so it's going to come down. Insulin is less, you put insulin. But you are not removing this confusion of the
Confusing
immune
state,
system.
actually. So you are living
to
on
the
a confused state, actually. That's
Exactly.
giving you and then providing you more stress, actually, and you're
Exactly.
spoiling your body in a way, actually.
When a person is highly stressed up, you get confused naturally.
Right,
you know?
right,
You
right,
lose the
right.
objectivity. Same thing happens to the immune system.
So we are the basically responsible if we are not having a good health. So we are the
Exactly.
responsible, actually. We are giving so much wrong things to our body.
Exactly.
Body getting confused, actually.
Correct.
Oh my God. So this
Therefore,
is
once you remove the stresses, then immune system blossoms. And it will take care of this thing.
It flourished then again.
We have a lot of people, thousands of people who have got normalized. You know,
Right,
people
sir.
were taking insulin, 80 units, 100 units, and within a few days, within a few weeks, they completely cut down and they become normal. Now we have such follow-ups of many things.
All right, sir.
And in the last 2015, during the International Day of Yoga, throughout the country, we had 150 camps, 1,500 camps.
Right, sir.
56,000 people came, pre-diabetics and diabetics.
And they got cured, sir?
And in 7 days, they reduced their FPS level,
Okay.
fasting blood sugar by 20 units. And when they continue, a lot of these people are getting. Now
Wow.
we have to show up the follow-up, and this year we are going to do much bigger thing and show more systematically in a more
Precise
systematic
manner,
way,
actually.
precise way.
Oh, wow.
And that's how we want to show to the world at large. So this is
That's
the basic
beautiful.
concept. And Rajyoga meditation also hits the right approach, you know.
All right, sir.
As Janaki Didi has been telling so nicely, very calming, peace, calmness, you know.
Right, sir.
That's the most important dimension.
So beautifully you said that, sir. We are very impressed, and the kind of expression you have given, sir. This is something very universally beneficial to entire humanity, I guess, sir.
Exactly.
So I have a great respect for your all the views, sir. Thanks a lot for being here. We are so honored and privileged to having your sharing a little bit with us. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you very much for the wonderful thing, and I hope we will all work together, yoga institutions, including Brahmakumaris,
Definitely,
to
sir.
see that we mitigate this big menace that is coming up in the country,
All right, sir.
which is taking toll of so much of our economic burden. You know?
Right, sir.
Because diabetes is a basic metabolic syndrome, causes a large number of complications.
I understand.
Eye problems, leg problems, and then strokes and heart problems. Everything can be prevented if only you prevent
Preventive
these
on the
things
initial stage
becomes-
only, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir,
Thank you
for
so
being
much.
with us. Thanks
It
a
has been
lot, sir.
wonderful being with
Welcome.
you. Thank you very
sir.
much.
Thank you.
Namaste.
So, friends, you must have seen and heard so many beautiful things all around here as we shared so many things with Doctor. As he explained about the yoga and Rajyoga meditation. Basically, it's all about the combination. If we can apply in our life, we can see the change in our life. All around us, if you see, the people are suffering from the stress, anxiety, and kind of unhappiness. No one is content, no one is happy. So we need to find out actually basically where this happiness we have lost, where it has gone. Because we are totally body conscious. So body has its own desires, own choices. We are living on that purpose. But that is not the actual purpose. The actual purpose is behind the body actually. We need to find out where it is. It is all about your own spirit. It is all about your own consciousness. It is all about your soul. So if we follow this yoga and meditation in our life, definitely we can have the solution and we can have our peace and happiness. Next time we're going to introduce some new personality with a new vision and perspectives. Till the time we're getting over, thank you.